Hello, everybody! Thank you all so much for 1,000 subscribers. Well, I don't really intend for this channel to be a lolcow channel, so this will probably be the finale of ranking lolcows based on how likely they are to be prime assets in the Outlast trials. Hopefully you all will be willing to keep up with watching my other content, and let's get into that. I'll be ranking lolcows based on a percentage. 0 is harmless, 100 is prime asset material, and this time around we have some lolcows who I believe are 90%. So let's get into it. You are the cuckold, fledgling for redemption and spitting on your own legacy for a woman who doesn't respect you. Obtain the plates, and we will let you out.
I did not do my hair myself. I got it done by actually Ian's sparring partner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ian's sparring partner actually does both of our hair.
She thought she could get her hair cut and then go mall shopping after.
Idubbbz was the king of commentary and the oligarch of edgy content back in 2016, featuring in videos alongside titans like Max Mofo and Filthy Frank. Franku would rebrand, showing respect and appreciation for his old fans who are still willing to support him in his new efforts as Joji, and not disrespecting those that were not willing to move forward with his new content he would come to produce. Ian would not be so graceful. At first, the rebrand showed promise when he branched out to documentary-style content with Full Force, a video about the life of Airsoft Fatty. Full Force sits at 25 million views, and rightfully so. It's a really good video. However, there would be a disturbance in the Force, a being that would manipulate Idubbbz to a hollow shell that he still remains as today. Anissa Jomha. Anissa is an OnlyFans model. That's all I'm gonna say. I've seen this from so many influencers. Do not date an OnlyFans model. Just don't do it. Don't do it. If you're peeping a baddie on Insta and she has a link tree and that link tree has an OnlyFans, stay away from that message button. OnlyFans rant aside, Ian would become victim of the OnlyFans GF to cuck pipeline, marrying Anissa and taking her last name. That's how you know it's over. Anissa would then take her shitty politics and infect Ian's mind with it, turning him into a mindless Hassan drone. Oh yeah, and there's some other shit with Sam Hyde. So what's my ranking for Idubbbz? 15%. Ian cries after a boxing match because he has no time to process his trauma. He routinely gets disrespected by his wife and has actively proven to follow people with charisma rather than carry it himself. He may be a grunt, but I think the first time he gets hit with a stun rig or a brick, he'll be venting to Murkoff scientists about his trauma from the trial. You are the live streamer, neglecting bills and e-begging online to fuel your gooning habits. Feed your cat, and we will let you out.
Every time someone's winning, he doesn't like that.
Tophia got yelled at by Pikachu to turn on the light, yet Tophia replied back when you don't need the light on. Afterwards, she cried about how badly she's getting treated.
Tophia Chu is a TikTok lolcow with a rivalry with a lolcow we covered in the last video, Nova Online. So what makes her a lolcow? Well, she isn't very hygienic, according to personal accounts, saying that she smells like shit, and just by looking at how she lives. She's also a gooner looking at questionable material. She is currently homeless as of right now, since she used to live in a motel with her family. Her father is also crazy or knows Murkoff and CIA secrets.
What about the human chip, guys? What about the human chip? I didn't have a problem with Trump, nor did Ozark International Bank of America Government, World Bank. They didn't have a problem with Trump until the human chip.
I think Tophia is a solid 60%. I haven't seen her use, threaten, or engage in violence, but the audience she has garnered and her hygienic habits already has her set pretty high. I mean, just look at most of the Prime assets and tell me they probably smell good. She also neglects her pets, giving her cat dog food for her dog, since I guess she assumes it's the same thing when it's not. So yeah, charisma and hygiene alone, she has a solid chance. All she needs to do is go bonkers. Alright, so most of the lolcows we cover in this series have been at the highest 80%. However, I found 2 lolcows that I think have a very high chance of being prime assets. They're not really lolcows, they're more horror cows, but their stories are not funny. They are not amusing, and they are not for the faint of heart. Y'all have been warned.
1, 2, 3.
Smart Schoolboy 9 is an enigmatic figure found on Instagram. He was originally found posting disturbing photos and videos of himself dressing up as a schoolboy with weird prosthetics and makeup. This came off as fetish content, and the people of the United Kingdom were worried after certain allegations came to light about him. People would eventually find his home in the United Kingdom and pay him a visit, where this horrifying picture was taken. His claw coming out from the side of the door, but him not being fully shown, it's something straight out of a fucking horror movie. Smart Schoolboy 9 is a solid 90%. First of all, look at him! Add some blood to this motherfucker, and he's chasing you through the schoolhouse and neighborhood trial. Sure, he isn't that much of a lolcow. We moved away from him way too quickly, and no theory about him has been proven. However, I stand firm in my belief that he belongs in the Sinyala facility. Jen is not a lolcow in the traditional sense either, but her story is just as horrifying as Smart Schoolboy 9. The Final Fantasy house reads like an old creepypasta, but it is based on real events detailing manipulation, deception, and overall degeneracy of a group of people living in a house together, headed by Jen, keeping surveillance on the author of the story, making him go out and do magical errands for her, and making the author do most of the manual labor around the house because he was the manly man, and the author went by Zack, since Jen rationalized that the author may have been Zack from Final Fantasy in a past life. It's a really long but fascinating story, but if you want to get the whole picture on it, a much bigger YouTuber, Frederick Knudsen, covered it in his Down the Rabbit Hole series. Just like Smart Schoolboy 9, she gets a 90%. According to the story, the whole house they lived in just had this horrible smell to it, and they gave it like the Walmart customer woman treatment of spraying 200 fluid ounces of Bath & Body Works Princess Sparkle Vanilla on it, ironically making it smell even worse. The fact that she was able to convince people to move into this house is a testament to her charisma, something Murkoff and Dr. Easterman look for in prime assets, especially if she's so strong that she manages to convince people to move into this train wreck of a house. Ladies and gentlemen, we should definitely expect Jen from Final Fantasy House and Smart Schoolboy 9 to be in the Sinyala facility. Alright, well, that's the final ranking. I know it's not every lolcow on Earth, but come on, there may be other ranking videos for other properties or scenarios if other video ideas don't do so well. I just wanted to say, holy hell! Thank you all so much for 1.6 thousand subscribers. Going from 200 subs to 1,000 in a single video is already insane enough as it is. Thank you guys so much. The channel is now monetized and I will be setting up membership perks. So if you guys really wanted to invest in this channel, stay tuned for that. And I'll see you guys, hopefully, in the next video. Goodbye.